Nebraska leading at 22-9. Gable Steveson ranked #1 in the country for the Golden Gophers. Stevenson out of Apple Valley, Minnesota, 4-time state champion. There you get a look at his focus. And he will match up against Christian Lance out of Nixa, Missouri, via Fort Hays State. He makes his way to the center with a little bit of CCR, Jim.
Music's been good all night.
It has been, no question. Stevenson undefeated last season en route to that Big Ten title. I don't think he's taken his eyes off of Lance for a single second.
And Lance is playing it well here. He's just taking his time, you know. You know, Gable was so impressive about him. He you know, everybody says we're for a big man, but for any wrestler, what he does is if you kind of broke down an opponent's body into, you know, 4 quadrants, left leg, right leg, you know, something on, you know, one side of the upper body or the other. I mean, that side, that he's got like almost 3/4 of the quadrants basically covered to perfection. You know, he can hit technique that is, you know, is almost effortless, and he gets the guy moving. Likes to work off of that. Gets this little short little double off the post. Right, steps up and goes around.
I don't think he went to his knees, Jim.
Yeah, he just, when he hits a guy, he's just, let's put it this way. He's certainly not athletically challenged, but we have seen him improve steadily. You know, what he tries to do. You can see last year he was working a lot more in the top position, working to turn guys over, you know, working for the fall, which is, you know, important for his team.
He's got 2 goals this season, NCAA championship and Olympic gold. Had a big win at the RTC Cup in Cincinnati last month in freestyle when he was able to knock off 2-time world medalist Nick Gwizdowski 4-1. Looking for a tilt on the edge, gets a 1 count. The entire package as a true freshman was 35-2 last season, as you saw, the #1 seed, 15-0. Looking to join those great heavyweight national champions at Minnesota. Brock Lesnar, Cole Conrad, Tony Nelson. The Mount Rushmore.
Well, I think when it's all said and done, I think they're going to be very pleased to be on the same plaque with him.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah, he
always has wanted to go to the WWE.
Well, he's got a great future ahead of him in anything he decides to do. But, you know, as we saw in our open, I mean, he's friendly and the kids love him, and he's just got a nice air about him here. But at the same time, he likes to go ahead and put up the work there. He's coming hard with the double underhooks there with a little foot sweep. He's adding things to his repertoire. He's definitely improved since he's been a freshman, and his poise and conditioning has improved well. Not that he was ever, but it just takes a while to get used to being out there. I think sometimes, you know, just nice. Oh boy, that's sweet.
When he turns it on and explodes, there's no stopping.
But you see what he's doing there with the thumb on the inside, that little post right there, that drop action, and you mentioned before, he's getting to his knees, but he's bouncing right off of him.
Break down there as he has Lance flat on his belly, 4-1. Couple of takedowns here for the top-ranked heavyweight in the country. He has excelled at all levels. 2-time cadet world champion, junior world champion, one of the most credentialed wrestlers in college wrestling, along with Spencer Lee of Iowa. The bookends at 125 and heavyweight respectively. Drives him out of bounds. There's a stall call on the Husker.
Yeah, that's a tough call. You're not really stalling, you're just getting bulldozed. And not really much you can do there, but
final 20 seconds in the period.
See, now he's
looking for one more.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the body right now, right? Some more technique with the post there, but was able to attack the other side of the body. And the guys just don't know which direction he's coming from. He doesn't really have a favorite side, and so effective.
bring in Eric Schultz, the #2 ranked 197-pounder in the country. Eric, looking at the career you've had at Nebraska, you've really found a way to elevate your game in the last couple of years. What do you attribute that to?
Definitely getting extra practices and extra workouts in on my own, and then just being like a sponge when coaches give me advice and talk to me about improving my game, and just wrestling and stuff like that. Picking up from guys in the room too, like Tyler Berger and Jordan Burroughs. Wrestling with those guys helps me out a lot.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot that you hit there with down below to the ankle. That's something we've seen from Berger over the years. And
yeah.
did you pick it up from him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
He actually hit that on me a couple of times, and I was like, and if he can hit that on me, it must be pretty good.
What are a couple of goals you have for this campaign?
National champion and a Big Ten champion.
You got a taste of that against Colin Moore. What was most valuable in that experience last March?
I liked how he elevated his own game throughout the summer and even throughout the year, watching him and just preparing for him and stuff like that. So something that I plan on doing.
Good luck this season. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Gable Steveson continuing to pour things on in this second period.
Yeah, take a replay of this last shot here. Just gets in there. See how he step drag, and that moves back up, and he does, again, he doesn't spend much time on that knee, but he's able to go ahead and continue to drive with the back leg, step forward, and gets better angle, just improves his angle every time he steps and moves forward into his opponent. And that's why most of his finishes are so clean.
Cool overhead shot of the two heavyweights. Nebraska will get the victory as a team here tonight in Lincoln.
Lance doing a pretty good job here of just, battling, squaring up. Again, in that process of going around, hitting a go behind, you notice how he was able to lower his chest and drive back through, right? So take a look at this little snap down right there. He feels the pressure, and then he drops his chest on him right here a little bit, and then drives back in through him at the hip.
Just so fluid in his motion.
Yeah, he's constant pressure on a guy, but there's very few times you can take a guy and just snap him down, and he goes from, a big man like that goes from his feet to his hands like that, because Bob Siddons just say pressure, counter pressure, just know when to feel that pressure and then redirect it. I think that's all the old masters of the sport have really been able to, figure that. You wonder why they get such a better angle. Well, they put enough pressure in the skies with where they're going with their next move. Wow, nice sweep.
Right there at the edge, now out of bounds. And you could just feel this whole place shake a little bit on that one.
Yeah. Take a look at it. Right there, he drops in on the leg, stays on the mat, post on that right hand. Now he gets up. Nice little chest up and sweep. Sweet.
If there was ever a slight knock on Gable, it might be that at times he takes his foot off the gas. I think those days are behind him.
Yeah, that may have been a myth, right? But, it's just, I don't know how to respond to that, because I've just watched him progress in the right direction, throughout his career. Maybe the expectations in the beginning are a little bit high, but this guy was the #1 seed heading into the national tournament, actually the Big Ten tournament his freshman year. To have that type of career, you're up in the rarefied air, and you're going to meet somebody that usually there's 2 or 3 guys in a weight class that are capable of winning it, and sometimes there's 4 to 5, but there's usually 40 guys that can win a national title every year. And sometimes they're clogged into about 2 or 3 weight classes, but it's usually, it's very few times that you have somebody that's so favored that they're the only guy. All they got to do is show up. It just doesn't happen very often.
Showing the optional start is Stevenson, who leads at 13-4.
And I think what we may be witnessing here is we're witnessing a great athlete who's become a student and has got his emotions under control out there, and his approach and his warm-up. He knows where he is, and he's seeing things and then executing on them. And that's just for some guys that just takes a lot of repetition, but he's attacking both sides. The finishes are different. It's unique. He's taking what's there. His body is executing what his mind sees. That's what we're beginning to see out of him. It's fun to watch.
The power from Gable Steveson, 15-5. Getting his season off to a good start tonight against Nebraska. And if you're Lance, the good thing is it won't get much tougher than this.
No, it won't. Yeah, it's just he's done what he could do. So he doesn't, These are the guys that you wrestle in your career and you say, yeah, I wrestled him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell your grandkids about it.
He only did this to me.
Yeah.
One minute remaining in the third period.
Final minutes in this heavyweight match. Man, you look at the Big Ten, Jim, just another year, right? I mean, you look at the track wrestling rankings, guys littered. Majority of the #1 guys in the country from the Big Ten. Congratulations to Spencer Lee. We haven't talked about that, winning the Sullivan Award.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to talk a lot of Spencer Lee next week when we see Nebraska take on Iowa. And it's just, he's been in a class by himself in a lot of ways, but very unusual to win the Hodge and the Sullivan Award at the same time, and just reflects that what he's done for that program. What he's done for wrestling. Just
super impressive young man, Spencer Lee, there in Iowa City. Shells a single leg, tack on 2 more for Gable. So 22-8, he's got riding time locked up.
Yeah, this is, Shane, let's talk about something here, all right? As these 2 big fellows get back to the center of the mat. So excited to be out here today and so thankful to be with you and these 2 programs, watch some wrestling and talk about it again. And
definitely a different perspective when you look at 2020, and I'm excited for 2021. Going to be a great year, and I echo your sentiments, Jim. Just glad to be here watching Big Ten wrestling.
And as well, that the National Wrestling Media Association hands out an award. And I'm sitting here with the recipient of the Broadcaster of the Year from last year, Shane Sparks.
Yeah, thanks,
Congratulations.
Jim. Anytime you get any recognition, you think about the great people, the opportunities, and it's always about the people. But thank you much. Gable Steveson gets the tech fall with that riding time, 23-8. Putting some points on the board.
Definitely. 22, 23 points out there on the board, technical fall.
22-14 final for Nebraska. They'll go to Iowa next week. Looking forward to that matchup. And for Minnesota, they will head to Michigan State. Next Saturday, they will duel both the Spartans of Michigan State and Maryland. There you see Gable Steveson. Looking good with that fresh beard, Jim.
Yeah, he's got a good look. This is going to be such a fun year, and it's going to be condensed. There are going to be challenges. We saw, but given the fact that all that these athletes have been through, I was impressed with the attack rate that they went out there. They went out there and battled. They knew there was an audience beyond just the family and friends that could make it into Devaney. But fantastic job by the officials. They didn't show any rust. I mean, it was just a lot of fun to be a part of. So, so really cool to be a part of.
One thing that stood out for me, Jim, these young kids, that Andrew Sparks from Minnesota, what a performance he had, and Haas from Nebraska.
Yep.
Those 2 guys really made it happen.
Yeah, it was fun to see.
And, of course, you look at the superstars in this sport. We saw some of them. C.J. Redd Jr. from Nebraska. He'll be a force to be reckoned with. Of course, Gable Steveson well. Oh, man.
Look at yourself on the monitor there, Shane. Okay,
Good stuff.
You're looking good in both instances here. This National Wrestling Broadcaster of the Year. I believe the second time you've won the award. And, so it's fantastic. And thank Jason Bryant from the National Wrestling Media Association, who gives recognition to a lot of guys that follow the sport in a lot of different ways. So here's our guy.
Gable Steveson making his way, hoping to hear a few words from the top-ranked heavyweight in the country, reigning Big Ten champion. Gable Steveson putting on a clinic tonight, 23-8. My first question for you is just talk about the swag you bring to the mat. When the lights shine bright, you want them brighter.
I think it's a one-of-a-kind thing, especially since I was young. I've been having a lot of confidence. Just taught it from my mom and dad, and I think being able to put it on the mat brings a lot of people to watch these duels. And so, I don't know, I just love having the entertainment factor on me, putting points on the board. You don't really see it at heavyweight, but with me, you will.
You know, Gable, when I see you now versus a couple years ago, I see a guy that has studied the sport and really, you know, you came with a lot of athletic ability, but you're now starting to see things and immediately putting them into action. And is that what you're seeing out there? I mean, it seems that there's nothing that you're not seeing out there, and you're reacting to almost immediately. It's fun to watch.
Yes, just making sure I can see our positions, like you said. We've been training a lot, going over a lot of things. COVID ended our season last year. It's just a mind game going into this year. We're starting late, we're ending early. You know, just being able to stay focused these 2 months and just training so I can put my name in the Hodge rankings and be up there with the best of the best.
You look at this weight class in the Big Ten, you're ranked #1, but plenty of company, 5 of the top 6 in the country at the weight class in the Big Ten. How motivating is that? And I know that's a challenge you welcome.
It's great to see. You guys are on my back. There's a target on my back. People want to come after me. It's expected when you're on the top of the podium, but the #1 ranking doesn't matter. When Big Ten comes, we're all 0-0. We got to wrestle through that and win it. So this right here is just good practice, good warm-ups, great competition here, especially in Nebraska. They brought it to us. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the March tourneys.
Well, talk about that for a second. You know, you saw some good performances by some of your young guys out there. You're now a leader of this team. There's guys looking up to you, and you're in a little bit different role in that respect. And, you know, talk about what your leadership responsibilities have been with the Gophers this year.
Yeah, we got a young crowd. You guys saw two freshmen go out there, one a true freshman. He put it on the line for us, and he got the win for us. But being a leader on a team means a lot. And, you know, I started here my freshman year, looking up to guys, have my brother on the team, having good guys to see when I was in the lineup. But now it's my time to reiterate the story and make sure these young guys are influenced by what I can do and what I do on the mat. So it's a great thing. It's a great effort. I love the Minnesota team, and we're just going to keep going up from here.
Really appreciate the time. Thanks for putting on a show for us, Gable. Nice job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gable Steveson, Showtime. He's one of those guys, Jim, it reminds me a little bit of Ric Flair, right? I mean, he's that guy, and he's having a hard time holding those alligators down. He's fun.
Yeah, he is fun, and it's you know, you